Hi friends, I am Shri Priya. Welcome to my channel Bharat Kathas. Today I am going to share with you 6 secrets smart students don't tell you book summary in parts. It is written by Chandan Deshmukh. For more videos, please subscribe to my channel Bharat Kathas. First chapter from this lesson is Zone Breaking Ceremony. All our potential is predominantly preserved in the shell named comfort zone. Once you go through zone breaking and crack yourself out of these limitations, you can achieve your targets. Moving on without practical approach would be like a soldier diving into battlefield without ammunition. That is a blunder. Visualize these steps by closing your eyes. Spread a single sheet of newspaper on the floor. Stand on the sheet. Imagine this area of newspaper as your comfort zone and you are virtually trapped within it. Feel the warmth in your toes. As long as you are here, you have no worries, no studies, no thinking, and no progress either. There will be no accomplishments as well. But that is not our intent. Step out of that comfort zone. Perceive that you are out, enchanted in the fresh air. Take a few deep breaths. Realize the world is at your disposal. Challenges are now your daily bread. Crunch the comfort zone newspaper and throw it in the dustbin. Go conquer the world. Comfort zone mentioned here can be any bad habit which keeps you away from the real world. It can be addiction to mobile phone, TV, or any other habit. Try to monitor your habits and try to limit the time you spend on it. And if you are a mobile addict, install Digital DETOX app from the Play Store. I will also share its link in the description. Through this app, you can lock the phone for some time and free yourself from distractions. Identifying your comfort zone and breaking your comfort zone is the first step to success. Name of this topic is Load, Aim, Shoot. Vision without action is like daydreaming, and action without vision is like a nightmare. Goal setting is very important to achieve success. There is an acronym for rules of goal setting, that is Chennai Police ate ice cream. Here C stands for constructive, P stands for practical, A stands for arithmetical, T stands for time bound, E stands for elastic, I stands for individual. Let us first talk about C, constructive. Goals should be always constructive and not in a destructive mode. Let us see a small example. Sumit is second rank student studying in 9th class. He wanted to obtain first rank, but he could not make it. Then his goal should not be injuring first rank student and becoming topper. This is a destructive mode of thinking and it is very dangerous. Sumit should instead focus on constructive ways of getting first rank. He must work on his drawbacks and sharpen his skills by learning the tools in the book named 6 Secrets Smart Students Don't Tell You and implement its principles by studying for 3 hours daily. And always compare yourself against the goals and not against the people. The second term we are going to discuss is P, practical. Goals should be always practical. For example, 38% scoring student aiming to score 99% marks in the next exam is impractical. Understanding the realities is also very important. 38% scoring student should keep a first target of fetching 55% marks in his next exam. When the target is reached, The goal post must be extended to 65% and then to 80% and later to 90% and so on in the subsequent exams. Goals should be always practical and should match your potential. Otherwise, it tends to become a castle in the air. The third term we are going to discuss is arithmetical. Goals should be arithmetical and measurable. For example, in the next 30 days, my goal is to improve my English speaking skills. The fourth term we are going to discuss is time bound. Until we manage time, we manage nothing. For example, if your goal is to read a book named 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, I ask you by when. If your goal don't have a time frame, it will get diluted and the result will be postponement and failure. So, time frame is very important. The fifth term we are going to discuss is elastic. Goals are meant to be rigid and non-flexible. If you change them, why have goals at all? If this is your thought process, think again. Take this example. Payal, a 12th standard student in 2005, aspired to become a software engineer in multinational company. She was about to opt for IT stream in the entrance counseling the next day. Meanwhile, software market seemed to be volatile, recession had spread and jobs were rare. Should Payal still stick to her 5-year-old plan? If yes, she might be making a blunder. Alternatively, she can look into other courses which are on verge of a boom and have the capability to make it big in the coming years. Times change, markets change, and with these changing times, our goals also should change and be flexible and elastic. The sixth term we are going to discuss is I individual. There is a famous quote said by Mahatma Gandhi. This is, you must be the change you want to see in the world. Let's see an example. Smita has an unusual goal. My younger brother must get into state level cricket competition this year. Rather, this should be Smita's brother's goal. In this goal, Smita's personal scope is limited. Goal must be always personal and individual. Goals must be segregated into 4 timelines like 5-year goals, 1-year goal, 6 months goal and 1 month goal. The last 3 timelines must contribute towards the 5-year goal. Your aim is to set your preferable big picture in mind and work towards it. Prepare the chart of aim, load, shoot tool like shown here. Paste the sheet in front of mirror in your room and spend most of your time in front of it. Here I am going to share organizing study space secrets. Our moods and behaviors are directly proportional to our surroundings. For instance, when you go to a temple, your mind relaxes, and when you go to an amusement park, your mind changes gear to enjoyment. The atmosphere you live in influences 70% of your decision making, behavior, and character. Here are 6 golden rules for creating effective study space. First golden rule is sparkle shine. Keep your study space always clean and organized. Always sit in same place and read. Second golden rule is radar range. Keep all your study materials within reach. If your study materials are not within range, you will get deviated very easily. And the third golden rule is right click reload. Our brain is not designed for multitasking, So switch off your mobile phones or install digital detox app and lock your phone and keep all the things that distract you away. Read with open mind. Distraction-free environment is very important for understanding and retaining the concepts. Fourth golden rule is YOGANANDA. Sitting on bed and reading only promotes passive reading, and it is also hard to take notes, and it strains your eyes and eventually makes you sleep. So always sit in stiff chair and read. This increases your concentration and helps you read more. Please remember, avoid beds and sofas for studying. Fifth golden rule is PEACOCK. Organize your study space in such a way that you are inspired to study. Stick famous quotes on the walls and your goals and your timetables. Paste difficult formulas which you often tend to forget. All these create a study-friendly environment which pushes you to read more. The sixth golden rule is 2 chairs formula. For every 1 hour of study, 5 minutes of recalling is highly recommended. For practicing this concept, use 2 chairs, one for reading and other for recollecting. After reading for 1 hour in reading chair, shift to recalling chair, close your eyes, try to recollect the concept you read. Recollecting the concepts improves your. The topic I am going to discuss is on how to remember concepts easily on the tip of the tongue. There are instances when you may hear someone talking to you but don't listen to them, stare at a person for a long time yet don't see him, stare at a book for a long time but fail to read it. These inconsistencies are due to fog which is blocking your mind. The fog may comprise anger, pity, envy, restlessness, fear or depression. These are the factors which remove your success rate. 2 steps are necessary in order to study smartly and memorize. Step 1. Try to remove those blocking fogs from your mind. Step 2. Think creatively out of box to remember what you study. Some students, even though they study the concepts and try to reproduce their understanding on the exam sheet, score less marks. The real reason behind scoring less marks is missing the vital keywords. Always remember, one single paragraph will pertain to only one keyword. This keyword is then expanded, explained, exaggerated to form sentences and paragraphs. If you are able to identify those keywords in each paragraph, map them, recall them, you will score more marks. There are 3 tools which help you remember concepts easily and score more marks. Tool 1 is bedtime stories. Tool 2 is rubber band. Tool 3 is go home. Let us discuss about the first tool, bedtime stories. Stories are best medium through which a person can understand the concepts very easily. We still remember the bedtime stories our parents, grandparents told us in our childhood. If we use the same storytelling technique to study, the word examination don't sound scary. I will explain with an example how to remember tough concepts easily. The following is an expert from newspaper. The government has decided to construct 10 new airports. The process will be kicked off in 6 major cities, going for international bidding in the first phase. A meeting of an interministerial group on this issue with representatives from Planning Commission, Finance, Law, Aviation Ministers will be held on Thursday. These airports will be operated, managed and further developed by two special players, second said a senior official of the Aviation Ministry. When asked why the government is initiating this process with barely a few months to go for polls, the official said, "The process is being started and we hope to put the blueprint in place. This takes time, but we are doing the groundwork." Let us assume in an examination we are asked to write about the above topic 10 new airports for 10 marks. To use the bedtime story tool, you need to first identify keywords of each paragraph, and using those keywords you should be able to develop the whole paragraph. Combine the identified keywords and build your creative story which is not related to subject. Create unrealistic characters and plots for better retention. The keywords for the above topic are: first paragraph contains keyword 10 new airports, second para keyword is two special players, and keyword of third para is blueprint. The made up story can be done as below. Long ago, the 10 new airports were being ruled by two special players. They had the blueprint of the airports, which was the top secret. Close your eyes and reconstruct the storyline in motion. And the second tool we are going to discuss is rubber band. This tool is about forming acronyms to remember the concepts. An acronym is a word that is formed from the first letter of each keyword to be remembered. For example, VIBSIOR is the acronym for remembering the colors of the rainbow. Here, in VIBSIOR, V stands for violet, I stands for indigo, B stands for blue, G stands for green, Y stands for yellow, O stands for orange, and R stands for red. In the same way, BODMAS is an acronym used to remember order of mathematical operations. Here in BODMAS, B stands for bracket, O stands for order, D stands for division, M stands for multiplication, A stands for addition, S stands for subtraction. And in the same way, acronym for remembering the planets of the universe is My very experienced mother just served us nuts. Here, M stands for Mercury, V stands for Venus, E stands for Earth, M stands for Mars, J stands for Jupiter, S stands for Saturn, U stands for Uranus, N stands for Neptune. And in the same way, all silver teacups is an acronym for knowing signs of trigonometrical ratios. All stands for sine, cos, tan. Silver stands for sine and cosecant. T stands for tan and cot. Cup stands for cosine and secant. And the last tool we are going to discuss is go home. We initially remember route from college to home using landmarks. If we use these landmarks and associate them with keywords, recalling concepts becomes very easy. The topic I am going to discuss is on smart note making tips. Smart note. It is a unique technique which provides you with crystal clear image of each chapter, helping you to reproduce them easily on the exam sheet. It saves a lot of time during exams and improves your retention. Studies show that students who take better notes perform better. Note making is not copying huge chunks of information from books, rather it should be crux of textbook. It should be simple and should contain important artifacts. It must answer 5 questions: why, when, what, where, whom and how. There are 3 thumb rules for note making. First one is relevant and accurate. Second one is keep it simple. Third one is action. First one, relevant and accurate. Focus on points that relate to concepts. Write down key points, theories, definitions, formulae, facts, etc. Make a note of diagrams, charts, important examples. Step 2 is keep it simple. Let the notes be brief. Use symbols and abbreviations. Examples are shown in the figure. Third one is action. Before class, glance through the chapter which is to be taught the next day. Recognize the questions bubbling in your mind so that they can be clarified by the teacher. During class, once you have a bird's eye of the chapter to be taught, pay attention to the cues during the class and prioritize the information. The cues can be vital statistics, repetitions, summaries, date of events, important name of people, and block diagrams. After the class, reorganize your notes as needed. Create maps, charts, and summaries. Use various colored pens to highlight or identify the vital information. Review the notes the same day and identify the concepts which need further clarification. The notes should be short, to the point, well organized, and an easy read. These three tools help in note making. Tool 1 is Jimmy Bullets. Tool 2 is Spidey Map or Mind Maps. Tool 3 is Cornell System. First one, Jimmy Bullets. They help in keeping data organized and it promotes easy reading. Here is an example. Second tool is Spidey Map or Mind Map. It is a visual form of note making. It converts monotonous information into a colorful, memorable, and highly organized diagram which makes the brain ready to suck the whole information. To Spidey Map a lecture, you simply write the main topic of the day's lecture at the center of the sheet. It is called main idea. As the teacher makes new points, write those around it which are known as branches. The branches may further divide into sub-points called twigs. Draw lines connecting different ideas. Render the map with examples more than words. Your brain will be more excited by thick curvy lines than straight lines. Here are the examples showing mind map examples. Tool 3 is Cornell System. This is one of the most organized way of preparing notes. For this, prepare the table as shown in the figure. It contains 5 important steps. First one is note taking. Second one is note down. Third one is introspect. Fourth one is narrate. Fifth one is revise. During the lecture, write your notes in the notes column. And next, after the lecture, reduce each note into keyword and enter it in respective field in the keyword column. Introspect. Using the keywords, try to recall your notes. And narrate. Now narrate the whole topic to yourself or a friend. Now write the brief summary of note in the notes section, in summary section. Revise. It is advisable to revise any topic every week. As a result, retention increases. Thank you. For more videos, please. In this video, I am going to discuss effective tips for time management. Don't be fooled by the calendar. There are only as many days in the year as you make use of. One can get only a week's value out of a year, while another can get a full year's value out of a week. Time is one of the most important assets in our life. Time once gone can never come back. To manage time efficiently, one has to inculcate the habit of allocating time. There are 2 important tools for better time management. First one is priority matrix and second one is weekly planner. Priority matrix. It will help you by categorizing the tasks of the day into well-defined priorities. Quadrant 1 deals with the tasks which are important and urgent. Quadrant 2 deals with the tasks which are important but not urgent. And Quadrant 3 deals with the tasks which are not important but urgent. And Quadrant 4 deals with the tasks which are not important, not urgent. Let us discuss them one by one. First one is Quadrant 1. This is the sweet spot in which you handle the critical tasks for the day. If a task falls in this quadrant, it conveys that the corresponding task is both important and urgent. Example, preparing for tomorrow's exam. Quadrant 2. These are the tasks which are important and have to be done but not immediately. Example, spending 2 hours on a project due 1 month from now, exercising for 1 hour every day, reading books, spending quality time with parents and friends. Quadrant 3. It tells about the tasks which are urgent but not important. It can be attending boss phone call, or your friend might have invited you for a movie which starts 1 hour from now, or household work. Quadrant 4. This quadrant deals with the tasks which are not important, not urgent. It can be playing video games, watching movies, or doing window shopping. Every day, take a self-check on yourself and note down how much time you are spending in each quadrant. By this method, you will learn to utilize your time wisely. This tool has proved to be a boon for the people of all professions. The second important tool is weekly planner. In the beginning of the week, prepare a weekly planner. Here is an example of weekly planner shown. The tool has 11 columns: subject, task number, task, time, and 1 column for each day of the week. Prepare planner at the beginning of the week and try to stick to it. At the end of every week, have a self-check on yourself. If you fail to complete some task as planned, then try to complete them in the next week by allocating more time, but never give up. Change is hardest at the beginning, messiest in the middle, and best at the end. All the best.